afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I'm Helen.
We are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, and it is Monday, July 10th.
Yes.
I know this because we have already had a visit from our electrician. We have a service company that comes in and does checks periodically, and they were supposed to do an electrical one in April, and in April our lives pretty much fell apart. So we finally got back in touch with them and asked them to come and do it, and they did it. And basically what he did was he went around and plugged his little tool into every single socket in the house.
Inside, outside.
There are a lot of sockets in the castle. I'm just going to put it out there. I took him into rooms that nobody should go into. However, our electricity is working beautifully.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he's totally in love with our electrician, whoever did the actual electric work, because he said he has not been in a house of this age where there aren't wires crossed or things backwards or whatever. Everything is working beautifully.
Which is really very unlike us.
This house, yes. The ceilings may be falling down, but the electric works.
Yeah. Which is very important.
Yes. So we do have to replace a couple of plugs just because evidently now washing machines have to have a special plug by code. And we do not have them by our washing machines, so we need to replace those. But other than that, not good. Everything seems to be working well. So that was a fun hour or so walking around with him. But he was very, very nice, really. Very nice man. Explaining everything to me. So it was really good.
Okay.
So yeah, no, that was.
And he likes the house.
He loves the house.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to like this house.
Seriously. We refer to it as the castle, but it's a castle. It's not really. We don't live in a castle.
No, we do. However,
it's a nice old house.
It's an old 150-year-old house.
No, 130? 1859. So
yeah,
165.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay. It's kind of old.
Yeah.
Anywho. So yes, that was my morning. And Helen was corralling Hugo and keeping him sane so that he didn't want to follow us from the room. It's very, very protective.
Yes. He's a guard dog. He has to keep his flock safe. And sometimes his flock goes astray.
He has to find them. The sweetest thing was when he sat on my mom's feet at one point because he was protecting her.
Yes.
And it's just, I mean,
there was a stranger in the house, and he just sat between her and the stranger.
And it was so nice.
Yeah.
It really was. He has had a very rough weekend. Very rough.
He's had a rough July.
Yes.
It's been either fireworks or thunderstorms just about every night.
Poor Hugo does not do well with either of those.
He's a very anxious dog when it comes to loud noises.
Yeah.
And it's the saddest thing in the world.
However,
He'll just come and sit on your feet.
Yes.
And just
stay with you.
Neither of you are allowed to move until the danger is past.
Right.
And somebody needs to be petting him during the whole time.
Yeah. It's okay. It's a trade-off we're willing to take.
He's asleep right in front of me right now, which is what I keep looking down at because he's being very sweet.
He really is. He's a love.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's almost 2.
Oh my God.
Next month.
Can't believe we've had him for over a year and a half.
I know.
Man.
2 years old, and he's turning into a 2-year-old. There's little bits of puppydom. Oh, like he has a new thing. Not a good thing.
No, this is not.
But he has decided that when he wants something, instead of the massive paw coming down your front, he barks.
Yips. It's a really
bays.
High-pitched.
I mean, ice pick to the brain.
We thought Drew had this down.
Yeah.
Because Drew will reach levels that you don't know exist.
She just doesn't have the volume control that he does.
He's just, whoa. And he just sits there and does it over and over again.
And to combat it, you have to ignore it. And not acknowledge in any way, shape, or form. And that is a very difficult task.
Yes.
So,
we're working on it.
We're working on it. It's only happened the last couple of days. So.
Yeah, it's hey.
And he's a smart dog. He figures things out.
He does.
Quickly.
He picks things up very quickly. So
it's just like the last couple of days. I'm like, well, this is new.
Right. Okay, we need to make that stop. But immediately. So, do you want to talk about Saturday?
Sure. Our next door neighbor invited us to their Holi celebration, which is the Festival of Colors. So we went. It was tons of fun. It is such a joyful event.
Yes, it is.
Everybody's very happy and uninhibited as you're getting thrown colors and hoses and
it's all powdered dye,
right?
And they throw it at you, and then they spray you with a hose. Only they didn't have to do as much spraying because it was raining at the same time. So there was a lot of running and
moving
grabbing the food table,
and moving it under the deck,
and people who didn't want to get too colored stood by the food table because they don't want to get the dye anywhere near the food.
And somebody showed up in all in black, and they asked, "Did you do that so you indicate that nobody would color you?" And she said yes. She had someplace to go afterwards.
I didn't realize that. I just knew that they kept saying that the doctor wasn't allowed to get colored.
Right.
So
because she had someplace else to go.
Oh, and that's why you wear the black. Huh?
Right.
Okay.
Because you're supposed to wear white. So.
It was so much fun.
It was.
It really was, and people were dancing and playing in the backyard, and there was music going, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But when it started raining kind of hard, we came home to close windows because no air conditioning. We had all the windows in the place open. So we had to come home and do that.
Right.
And as we're walking to the yard, we notice that the front door is wide open. The dogs are wandering in and out, and nobody knows where the cat was. And then we came inside, and nobody knows where the mother is either. We found everybody. Everybody was safe, and we found everybody. But that was a tiny little bit of my God, what happened?
I'm walking back, and I'm like, huh, Drew's outside. I did not leave Drew outside. And then, oh look, the front door's open.
Yes, everybody's fine.
Dudley was found.
Yes, and he wasn't outside. Inside. Thank God.
Yeah.
There's so many places for him to go and hide here. Luckily, he's usually pretty good at coming back when you need him to. Like if you shake a treat bag or something like that.
Dudley is.
He's usually pretty good.
He likes his treats. So.
But there was one morning where I was trying to feed them, and I'm tapping his food bowl and everything, and normally he is down there yelling at me because I'm late feeding him. Could not find him anywhere. Turns out he was in the laundry room in the basement.
Right.
Because drafty old castle, the doors don't close properly, so the basement door is always kind of easily maneuvered. He can open it up. So yeah. He likes to travel and visit places and inspect. You can't see him, and he comes in with cobwebs and things hanging off his ears. And where have you been?
We could stop him, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world as long as he's not getting outside. If we have a cat patrolling the basement.
Oh, not at all. No, I mean Hugo goes down periodically, and I'm like, fine, go down there. Just make sure there's nothing alive down there.
Right.
Yeah. A quick patrol every now and then is not a bad thing.
Right.
All right. So that's been our lives for the last couple of days. How about you? Have you been busy? Shall we talk knitting?
Sure.
All right. We're going to show you some knitting updates. I have two. I can show you. I'm working on just basic vanilla socks, but I'm doing them in stripy yarn. I'm pretty sure this is the Cozy Knitter. She's the one up in Canada, right?
No, it was somebody else because it's we found them at Vogue Knitting. Vogue Knitting Live. One time we went into New York.
It's not Fuse, is it?
No. I think they were right down the aisle from Fuse.
Okay.
We wanted to get tons of it, but we were not flush at the moment, so we each got one.
Well, this is the colorway. The green is an addition. We're using a little mini for that. So I am just about to the point where I'm going to put in my heels. So I have to watch Knit Pearl Hunters 2 at a time garter store heel video quickly. I need to watch her video quickly for her 2 at a time garter heels, because I like to do them both at the same time. So I will do that, and then I will move on from there. I have this much yarn left in each of the main skeins because we split it in 2. Helen has already made a pair of socks out of these, which is why there's not that much left. So I have this much left. I think I'm going to be okay. If I'm not, I should have enough of the green, because I have 2 skeins of this to do the heels, toes, and cuffs. I can make the toe a little bit longer, or I can add in another color if I need to. But I could just throw in an undyed skein for the end and do an extra round of white if I needed to. But I don't think I am. I think I'm going to have enough. I'm keeping it kind of... I mean,
you're keeping them shorty.
They're not... it's a little bit shorter than I normally do, but not too much.
Okay.
So I don't like it going very far up. Fat calves, it gets, tight. So I usually push it down anyway, but I don't like shorties. I like to have something.
Right.
So I think this is going to be perfect.
Okay.
So that's where I am with my socks. Okay.
Last week we showed you that we started new sweaters. I am doing the Collo sweater. Pip and Pin, I think it is. I'll put the sweater here. And I'm doing it in Some Pig. It's the colorway. I am done the front textured section.
Oh, look at that.
And then I need to do 3 inches in stockinette.
Okay.
Before I go to do the back. And the way I'm going to do the back is, very big, but that's sleeves too, is I pick up along the top of the front, and then I'm going to pick up a bunch of stitches, cast on a bunch of stitches for the back neck, pick up more stitches for the shoulder, and then go down the back.
Okay.
And then essentially repeat this section, the textured section, and the 3 inches of stockinette, and then I'll join in around.
Does she have you do short rows too?
I don't know. Not in this.
That's where you would do it. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it up near the back of the neck.
Yeah, no, it's
so
more
it would
of a
have
boxy,
to be, yeah.
It's more of a boxy thing, so
okay.
It's not like having the neck higher or anything
right.
like that. So.
Okay.
So that is
the status of the sweater. It's beautiful. That is such a stunning color.
And I'm alternating skeins just because of the tonality of the color. It's just gorgeous.
It is.
Love this color.
That is one of my favorite colors.
Yeah.
I never made anything out of it.
Oh, I took the last of it.
That's okay.
There may be some left.
It's all right. Another the dyer. Okay. I am doing the Inverted V's sweater by Boho Chic. No? Boho Knit?
Boho Knits.
Boho Knits. Boho Knits.
No, it is Boho Chic.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. I'm doing it in Station 11, which was one of our older colors, and I kept a whole bunch of it so that I could make a sweater. And this is where I am so far. Oh, sure. I am also alternating skeins just because of the colors and everything like that, but that's what it's looking like now. Can you see the V's?
Yeah.
Okay. It's
gorgeous.
It's really, really beautiful.
Such a summer color.
Oh my god. I adore it. I really, really love it. It's look at that. So pretty. It really is. So far, I think I'm on track with my V's. The points are coming together the way they're supposed to, which is always nice.
I was going to say, it's always fun when you hit that point. It's like,
yes. Yes. Yeah. Also, when you don't, that's when there's certain curse words. However, things are going along well. The last time I talked about this, I said that I couldn't really do it too much when we were watching TV because it wasn't a memorizable pattern. But I have gotten onto it now, and now I'm finding it much easier to just, it's 20 stitch, I think, repeat that goes over and over again. So once you get the 20 stitches down,
Did
you're
you put
pretty
markers in or no?
No, I did not. But it's fairly easy to follow, and the stitches are not difficult.
Okay.
So it's working out well.
Excellent.
Yeah. So it's coming along. So that is my sweater.
Very cool.
All right. Do we have anything else to talk about? We were just on Friday unpacking bags, going through whip bags.
Right.
We did a lot then. And I believe we're going to be live this Friday going through cross-stitch bags because we have a bunch of cross-stitch bags to go through that we don't know what's in them. So we're going to be doing that this Friday, noon Eastern time.
Right.
But I think that's pretty much it. I think that's
It's kind of an uneventful, other than the Holi celebration,
right.
which is fun. And I put pictures at the beginning of what we look like when we got back.
Okay.
And
it's been very, very hot and humid. So
today is actually the first livable day.
And there's a little bit of a breeze.
Right. And it's only like mid-80s.
Hot, humid, and thunderstorms. So it's wet. It's just
and hot, like excessive heat. Like
yeah.
Real feels of 108.
So that it's one of those weeks where
I mean you subsist with the fan blowing on you.
Yeah.
But there was, I think it was the night before last, where it was just getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I can't touch the yarn anymore.
Oh, okay.
It gets so humid and it's just like I don't even want to touch it.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that my sewing table is kind of sticky when I'm sewing. You know, you're pushing the thing through and your arm's getting stuck on the table. It's that kind of. So it's sitting quietly and cross stitching is a good thing.
New Jersey in July.
Yeah, sitting in cross stitching is a nice way to spend some time. EPPing,
right?
Nothing that takes a lot of strenuous activity
or brain power because it just sucks your energy.
Right? Yeah. So I think that's about it for us. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week.
Go forth and create.
And we will see you at some point.
On
but
Friday,
definitely Friday.
At noon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.